Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing the All-In Diner in Purcell, and a little bit later we're going to be talking an Oklahoma way of life. I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
So every now and again, we get lucky.
We do.
We find a little diamond.
We do. So Amber and I were moving some stuff out to the storage facility for our camper. We have had some difficulty in the past finding a good restaurant.
It's been
in Ardmore. We think we've got some leads.
Yeah, there might be a lead.
We think we have some leads from the listeners. So we're hopeful, and we are planning another trip. But we decided to stop in Purcell. We did a little bit of Google searching. We found a restaurant. It was a fun weekend, but we did find a restaurant, and as soon as Amber started reading me the details, I was like, well, I guess my diet's out the window. Oh yeah, for sure.
But let's stop right there. Let's give some credit to where credit's due. 30 years ago, the wife of the operation wouldn't be allowed to do anything in the passenger seat.
Oh yeah, no, Amber is
no map.
Amber's the navigator.
Dude, she is. Why don't y'all do that rally? You know, the rally where she navigates and you drive blindly through the dust. You guys,
we're a good team.
You're a good team, man. I don't know. I'll give it up to you. You're a good partner, but brother, she might have an edge.
Oh no, she's way better than me.
But I think I know why. She's a pickier eater. As much as she's trying to find you a place to talk about, she's trying to think of a place that she'll eat at.
Yeah, she has, her criteria are much higher than yours and I.
Yes.
Or yours and mine. Like she has, like, there can't be
a bone in it.
There can't be miscolored tiles on the ceiling. Mm-mm. Like, she's got a long list of things that have to, of boxes that have to be checked for her to go all in.
We've drove 30 minutes to eat a piece of meat for her to watch.
Oh,
because there was a little bit of dust on the banister.
Oh, yeah.
So continue.
So speaking of going all in, though.
Yeah.
We found the All-In Diner in Purcell, Oklahoma.
That's perfect for you. You're a gambler.
I'm a poker player.
Okay. Sorry. That's a game of skill. It's not a gamble, right? There's a science involved.
There is.
So it worked. The universe, I kind of feel like, our show, let's be realistic. This show and our previous incarnation survived on signs from the universe.
Yes.
I Ching, things like the tea leaves. And here we are.
Absolutely.
We're all in.
We're in Purcell, Oklahoma. It's on the way to Ardmore, one of the routes that we take.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't done a whole lot of exploring in Purcell. Let's find a good place to eat. And we found a couple of candidates, and we decided to go with the All-In Diner.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we pull up, and it from the street looks like a yellow house on the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's a house.
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside because it stretches back a little bit off the street. It's a little deceptive, but it's still not big. It's not huge. It probably seats 25 total.
Yeah.
As soon as we get there, we run into an old guy out in the parking lot. He's smoking a cigar, and he said, "Y'all been here before?" We're like, "Is this guy the greeter? What the hell's going on?" He's wearing like an old Vietnam vet's hat.
Well, he could tell you hadn't been here before.
And we were like, "No," and he's like, "Dang, I hope it's good."
Oh,
he hadn't been.
Oh,
so we go in and we sit down, and Jeannie comes out and helps us.
That's the perfect waitress name.
Dude, I'm telling you. She was the nicest person you have ever met.
Right?
Like, super sweet from the word go. She's spinning 100 plates. And smiled the whole time. My tea was full the whole time.
She's working.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Was she the only one?
No, there were a couple other girls working.
Because I was looking at the place thinking, is there room for any more than a cook and a waitress?
No, I think there was one girl that was also waiting tables, and then there was a girl working the counter.
The only thing missing is a waitress named Flo and a cook named Mel, honestly.
Dude, I'm telling you.
It feels like that.
So, it's breakfast time or close to.
Right.
And I decided instantaneously as soon as I smelled the food, like, all bets are off. We're going all in at the all-in diner.
I mean, you got it.
So Amber orders a ham and cheese omelet. Maybe a safe bet.
It sounds a little... Yeah, that's the pumpkin spice of omelets, really.
Yeah, but you can tell a lot the way...
Oh, yeah, the way it's put together.
A ham and cheese omelet comes.
Yeah.
So she orders a ham and cheese omelet, and it comes with toast and hash brown. It comes with toast and hash browns. And, dude...
Does it come with a home fry option, or is hash browns probably...
She ordered hash browns. She likes hash browns.
Okay.
So she orders that. I asked Jeannie, I was like, what's the thing that people love? And she was like...
Don't do it.
She was like, sweetie, everybody loves everything in here. And I was like, oh, crap.
That is but that's, when you say that, that is
she set the bar super high.
Well, and when that's the equivalent of, our world famous, you're saying everything is world famous at that point.
So I looked at her and I smiled and I was about to just order the biscuits and gravy. I was like, it's a good test. It sounds good right now. And she said, but everybody loves the chicken fried steak.
Oh, and see that, and you've already, where she went here, then she took it, everybody loves it.
Yes. And I was like, okay. And I looked at the chicken fried steak, and guess what? Chicken fried steak comes with biscuits and gravy.
Oh my God, they're trying to kill you.
And I was like, done, sold, give me that.
So everything that you've been working for.
Oh, gone. Out the window.
It's done.
Yeah.
Done.
For sure. And that came with toast.
It came with toast?
Yes. And Cajun fries.
Jeez.
So, and 2 eggs.
And I can't, that's one of those things where you could go, can I substitute that for steamed vegetables? And they'd probably tell you to leave. I mean, they would probably ask to say.
Maybe.
Or they'd pour gravy on your steamed vegetables. Jeez.
So the food comes out. You know, you just said it. Amber's super picky. Amber won't
Love her
eat.
to death.
Amber will not eat chicken fried steak. Will not. Refuses to eat chicken fried steak.
What's the reasoning?
It's gross. I don't know if it's a texture thing or whatever.
Well, welcome to Oklahoma.
She's digging into her omelet and just nothing but good things to say about her omelet. I know how much you hate this, but you absolutely have to try this. So I took the chicken fried steak. I took the gravy. I took a little bit of the biscuit and one of the Cajun fries, put it all on one fork and gave it to her. And she said, damn, I would order chicken fried steak.
Jeez.
Yes. So they converted Amber, the pickiest eater on the planet, to eating chicken fried steak.
And that's the thing. Once you have it in your mind how it's supposed to taste, you either never order it anywhere else, or you're going to get it and be disappointed somewhere
every
else.
time.
Every single time.
Yeah. You set a bar.
Yeah.
And they set the bar high.
Jeannie sounds like she chiseled the bar.
Dude, sweetest woman ever. I don't know how she did. I was tired watching her.
Wow.
She was hauling ass the whole time. Smiles, refills, the whole time. The food was great. Every single thing I ate was delicious. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying, I wasn't starving when I went in or anything like that. I specifically took it apart. You know the way I do. The way I have to go in and go, okay, the burger tastes good, but you got to peel a piece of the burger off and eat the burger alone to see if the beef tastes good. And you got to dig into the bread by itself to make sure the bread tastes good. I did that with every single component. None of their food comes from Cisco. I promise you.
Wow,
This was all homemade, fresh, delicious. So we finish. Amber's going to the bathroom. I'm getting the ticket. Air quotes.
You're right.
And they have a sign on the wall that's handwritten in chalk.
Does it every time.
All of their desserts of the day. And I was like, Jeannie, do you have... She's like, no, honey, we sold out on that one. And I said, what about this pecan one? And she was like, nope, that one sold out too. And I said, okay, well, give me the peanut butter pie. Just one slice, 2 forks. She comes back before Amber makes it back from the bathroom, pie sitting there. And Amber's like, geez, dude, I'm stuffed. This pie was so rich.
I mean, I looked at the picture.
Instantaneously, like your ears felt like they're going to pop.
Your freaking jaw locks up.
Oh, yeah. But we finished that entire piece of pie after breakfast, after we cleaned our plates with breakfast.
Mm.
Dude, it was amazing. But again, goes to show you, like, doing things by hand, making things fresh, makes all the difference in the world.
When you run out of pie, when you have a restaurant that runs out of food, that says something.
It does.
And there's something about, again, we talked about pie in the last episode. I've driven 30 minutes to have that world famous.
Oh, yeah.
Coconut pie. We went to a place that's no longer there, and they had pie on the menu in Paul's Valley.
Uh-huh.
No. It's rare.
Yeah.
And Jeannie needs a raise because she's out here, she's selling it.
Dude, I promise you, Jeannie makes bank.
Yeah,
Jeannie's probably got to have security guards walk her to her car at the end of the day because I don't know anybody in that place that wasn't having a good time and enjoying their food, and that means mega tips. I'm telling you, she's got it under control.
Comfort food, there's no replacement for comfort food. When you're eating for, let's be realistic. When you're eating for your life, it doesn't taste near as good as when you're eating to die.
No.
Comfort food's where it's at. And homemade pie, sign me up for it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it was.
But get there early for the chocolate pie, apparently.
Yeah, apparently you've got to be there before the breakfast rush to get the chocolate pie or the pecan turtle or whatever it was.
I like to try their breakfast. Did you drink any of their coffee? You got good coffee?
I did not drink coffee. I was already coffeeed out. I had tea.
I
had unsweetened iced tea, which was great.
Yeah.
But, I can't say anything about the coffee. Yeah, but anyway, they have the hours of a business that knows that they're essential to the community.
From this time to this time.
They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's it.
Again, we just need to start doing the Till 2 show and just talk about restaurants that are open until 2. Find me a restaurant that's open 24 hours. That's the thing, too. Think about a restaurant that's open 24 hours. You're always going to say, well, the pancakes were better at 9 a.m. than they were at 3 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just, that's the sweet spot. 6 to 2, another home run. Another 2 o'clock, 6 to 2.
Absolutely. But if you want more information on the All-In Diner in Purcell, Oklahoma, check them out on Facebook, All-In Diner.
Well, coming up after the break, Kevin Stitt talks Lincoln.
I'm Raven Rollins, and this is my Southern True Crime podcast where I discuss cases from my former hometown. Ada, Oklahoma paints itself as an average community, but its history of murder and corruption runs deeper than any story has ever told. You'll hear plenty of special guests, including authors and experts in their fields, who visit with me on each episode, as well as other cases in the southern states. With notorious and unknown cases alike, every victim sees the light on my show. This is Sirens, a true crime podcast.
So this new story out of the Daily Oklahoman from Dale Denwalt, Kevin Stitt invokes Lincoln during second inaugural speech.
I like the name Dale. Dale Denwalt. Sounds like a character from Andy Griffith. Sounds like a nice guy.
He sounds like he sells auto parts.
Yeah, or sells, come down to Dale Denwalt Chevrolet. Or he sells Chevys. But yes, please continue.
The story goes, as he begins his second and final term in office, Governor Kevin Stitt called on his fellow Oklahomans to work together and avoid political games that sow division in state government.
I'm not a political person. I'm not a pollster. I'm none of those people. I know a lot of people that are not huge fans of Kevin Stitt.
I know.
They would much rather have had Joy Hoffmeister. But I'm one of those guys that's like, look, you might as well just let him finish the job and see what happens.
So, I try to stay out of politics. The only politician that is welcome on the OnlyinOKShow
is the president from Independence Day?
Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell.
That's it.
Because he is all about travel and tourism in the state of Oklahoma.
He's our guy.
And love him to death. Kevin Stitt seems like a perfectly nice guy. There are some points from the story, though, that I thought were interesting.
Okay.
he reiterated his longtime campaign pledge of making Oklahoma a top 10 state, which I think Matt Pinnell's helping tremendously.
I do too. I think travel, tourism, and movie industry and all has kind of bolstered Oklahoma's position, and not just being top 10 of the fattest states in the country, but actually a state to be put on the watch list.
I agree with that 100%. One of the things that caught my eye, though, he said in a statement of his priorities, Stitt told the audience gathered outside of the state capitol building that together we will protect our way of life in Oklahoma. I want to know if you can define the Oklahoma way of life.
It's got to have something to do with agriculture.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a big part of Oklahoma is agriculture, is it not?
It is.
I mean,
oil.
Yeah.
I would say travel and tourism is
It's
climbing the list.
Yeah, it's up there too. It's in the satchel.
Yeah, but according to Stitt, farmers' rights to work on land and raise their livestock is important.
There you go.
Protecting religious liberties, everyone's right to worship freely.
I get that.
You know, I think there's a lot of turmoil when it comes to these hot button issues around the world, and you know, like I said, I try to keep. I personally don't like politics in our show, but I do think that some of the points that he brings that he brought to his inaugural address are important for our show.
Well, and he also kind of talks about really kind of having a laissez-faire approach to Oklahoma education for our kids, and having less government involvement with education, which I can see that.
No, I agree, but I think more importantly, my idea on this is the things that Stitt says in his speech, or said in his speech, are things that actually make Oklahoma different than other places.
Yeah.
The fact that a huge percentage of the population work in agriculture in one form or another.
Energy,
people that are close to the earth
and
that have a more traditional viewpoint.
Yeah, no, I understand.
We tend to be a happier group and more welcoming. And so I feel like that is something that is uniquely Oklahoman.
I mean, would you rather have Ron DeSantis as your governor? Honestly.
I mean, no, again, like I said, I'm not saying that I agree with him or disagree with him politically.
No, but I mean, if you think about they're two polar extremes.
To a degree.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both Republicans,
right.
So they're not that that different. But again, I think it's important to note that since Stitt has taken office, the Oklahoma budget has grown by nearly $4 billion. A big part of that is travel and tourism.
Yeah.
And I think it's, you know, again, it's not 100% him or 100% anybody else, but the fact that we have grown our budget and our rainy day funds to such a degree during all this economic turmoil, especially since Oklahoma has traditionally had a huge tie to oil and gas,
right,
which is up and down and crazy during times like this. It's a real testament to what we have done as a state to diversify our industries.
Right. We're not just solely relying on energy, or we're not solely relying on agriculture. We've been able to maintain small business and still keep things going without...
And the travel and tourism industry has, you know, we got hit for a little bit there where it took a dive. Overall, travel and tourism has remained high. We brought in the film industry, and I think we've been bringing a lot of businesses, a lot of industry to Oklahoma over the last few years. And I'm not saying that it's Stitt. I don't think Stitt gets 100% of the credit or anything, but his points, the points that he brought up in his speech, I think are admirable for the state.
And maybe getting in, one of the things that I've complained about having Trump in office and having Stitt in office is they're not politicians, they're businessmen. Well, I mean, I think you could, if you put the truth serum in most people, you can, in just about anyone, they'll admit that it hasn't been a bad experiment. We have seen some increase in infrastructure.
I would say that there are again, without getting too political, I think that there is probably some financial progress made when politicians aren't running things, but business people are.
Right.
Now,
And you
don't
can
get
take
me wrong. That can go
either way.
That can go bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I think there are some benefits there, and it's probably something that needs to be looked at from a high level.
Right. Not a couple of guys.
Not a couple of travel and tourism podcasters.
That just told you where the best chicken fried steak is. The moral of the story is you're doing fine, Oklahoma.
And if you think that we're doing fine, or if you think we just dove way off the cliff with all our political talk, let us know. Find us on Facebook or any other social media.
And also, real quick, do the All-In Diner a favor. Go buy all the pie and tell Jeannie that we said hi. This has been the OnlyinOK Show. I'm Brett.
And I'm Harley, and we're out of here.
Peace.
I'm Harley.
It's been a very long time since we've been here, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it feels like it's been forever, but it's only been a couple weeks.
Yes, but 2 weeks is too long, isn't it?
It really is. We should get together more often.
But you're so busy now with your little humans.
I know it takes up a lot of my time, but since you live in my head, you're basically there too. You help me do my daily chores and my things like that.
Yes, but we rarely get to speak to one another.
I know. It's tough. When I'm going number 2, and sometimes when I have a little bit of a long time, we get to talk like that. You miss me?
I would never say that I miss anyone.
Calm down. No judgment. I miss you too.
Really?
Yes, I do miss you.
How much?
Quite a bit.
From 1 to 5. Since you're Mr. 1 to 5 and 1 to 10.
I have 3.5.
I'm a part of you, and you only miss me 3.5 out of 5.
Well, I don't want to go all the way 5.
Well, you could go 6. Minimum of 6.
I know I could go 6, but it's 3.5.
Oh, you don't miss me at all.
I do. I lied. I miss you like a 10.
Really? A 10? Oh.
I really don't know where to go from here.
Well, I'll leave you alone with that since I'm a 10. Yes.
Super charming. It's in a house. There's food that you can have from the hours of 6 a.m. to 2. If you want food on Sunday, then you can't have none. Other than that, it's pretty good. That'd be funny if that's how we did it. So, if you're going to go get something to eat on a Sunday, you're probably going to have to eat somewhere else. Are they closed? I don't know, you just can't get no food there on Sunday. Then they're closed. Yeah, I guess. Come on, don't be in pain. I need you to freaking, I need you to snap out of it, man. I need you to get back with it, brother. I need more than one of us talking about the Holy Ghost of toast, man. You know what I mean? The Holy Ghost of toast. And by that I mean the All-In Cafe. Welcome to the show. I know. Which is perfect for you. You gambled. You went all in. Another one bites the dust. You know what I mean? It's like, send me another. You listen to a lot of podcasts because not that you have a lot of time in your hands, but you and I work in a similar workspace where it's a lot of this. So I've started cramming discography from bands. I'm like, okay. And I'm taking bands where I thought I knew their music. You hear the radio's done a good job of like making us show up for the hits.
Is that you or me?
That was me.
Okay.
But you don't think about any of their other music really unless you're a super fan.
Right.
So anyway, I've done Led Zeppelin, I've done Black Sabbath, I've done Queen. I'm working on Rush right now. So far, Rush is the greatest rock and roll band ever. Every album up to this point has been consistently good. Even the ones without the radio hits on them. Dude, hands down, right now, I feel like I should enroll in an Ivy League school. I mean, you know what I mean? I feel like your IQ goes up. Or if you tell people you like Rush, you have to give them a dissertation as to why. And you have to name songs that nobody knows.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I think Rush right now may be one of my top rock and roll bands of all time.
Rush is badass.
They're bad to the bone, man. It's nerd rock. And listening to their music, now I see why 90% of the crowd that we went to the show in Tulsa was dudes. It's straight up nerd rock.
Yeah.
Because a lot of it's storytelling, and it's like there's a theme, or you know what I mean? It's science fiction. It's you know, it's so freaking good.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah. Blame it on the stars. They shine at night. Water in the ladle from the sink and drink it out of the faucet.
Why?
Don't know. But I started thinking about it the other day. I'm like, I know we were kind of poor, but we had a drinking spoon. I always had one, and it moved. I remember it being at the apartments I was at when I was a kid, and it moved to the house that I grew up in. Yeah, just a ladle. You just put water in. There's certain things that don't taste the same. Is there something about a mason jar that makes everything taste different? It's like that. With a ladle, when you drink water out of a ladle, it just hits differently. I don't know why. It's like drinking water out of a hose. Can you imagine kids trying to do that now?
Oh my God, dude. Like, if you had kids drinking water out of a hose, somebody would call Child Protective Services.
Oh, yeah. And I would love to see them drink water out of the hose and never have done it before during the summer and get burnt right away.
Or just the rubber flavor.
Oh, yeah. Because you got to let it. That's the thing. You turn it on.
Yeah.
And you got to let it a little bit, and then the water gets cold. Do you ever drink? I know you drink well water.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a better water, honestly? Nice, cold water straight from the well.
I don't know, dude. I've had some water from some mountain streams.
that were pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why they make cures with it.
Hell, I've had water from an Oklahoma stream that...
Did we purified water from the freaking beer-laden Tahlequah River that tasted better than some tap
and that water was cold.
Cold water. But I do remember putting that water in there and be like, watching it it's like watching a morphine drip, like, come on. Freaking die of thirst. All right. 3, 2, 1. And welcome to the show. Today we're discussing the All-In Diner in Purcell, and a little bit later, Oklahoma. Oh, no. I'm switching that just a little bit. 3, 2, 1.